Yo, what's good, everybody? We got another Beers with Barton. It is Tuesday, February 16th, 2021, and we just got back having a nice little, wasn't really the weekend, it was Sunday, Valentine's Day, and then yesterday, President's Day. Has no work in school. Some time in the mountains to celebrate Michaela's 10th birthday with some friends, indoor swimming, snow tubing. It went great. We had a good time. We're all sore. But today is actually a very special holiday because this day, 20 years ago, you heard that right, something very special happened.
Me! I happened.
This one. So, like I said, it's been 20 years.
And
Potter, apparently. So, gonna tell you guys kind of a quick story. Potter, you can't be in this one, buddy. Come
You're
on.
not in this one.
Kind of how we met and how we got to where we're at. Kind of funny. We gotta try to keep this rolling because I can jibber jab. So, where it first began is Potter stop is New Year's Eve, the year 2000, going into 2001. One of my best buds.
Very good year.
Yeah, great year. One of my best buds was having a little get together for New Year's Eve. He had his own place, little studio, and so some mutual friends, I guess. Jessica at some point ended up at the house, which is great. It's what you want, a car full of girls. So I think we met. I think I was standing outside smoking because that's what all the cool kids do. And we met very quickly. She obviously naturally fell in love with me immediately because I looked like I was in a boy band, and she knew 20 years later I would be one of the groupies trying to get back into the boy band.
I thought he was AJ.
Yes. So we met. No big deal. I think she asked her friends about me, and they're like, "Hey, he's got a girlfriend." So she's like, "All right, I'll shut it down."
Deuces.
So I think a couple weeks later, I think we randomly ran into each other at another mutual friend's house, Jeremy's, and he still thought I had a girlfriend. Maybe I still did, but when it really started to take off was when Potter went outside. When it really started to take off is a buddy that I worked with, or I'd say an acquaintance. She actually went to school with. Had a get together at his house. I think his mom was out of town. That's how young we were. So we went over there to chill, and Jessica used to hang out with him from time to time. Hadn't in a while, actually, and randomly called him up. He's like, "Yep, I'm having some buddies over that I work with. Come over." So she comes to the house. So it's me, the guy that I work with, and like 3 or 4 other friends. So poor Jess. It's like wolves, a deer to wolves, like, fresh meat. All of us loser dudes. And
I got to pick from the winners.
yeah, she got to pick from all of us. So anyways, of course, I played it cool because I'm calm, cool, collective. All my buddies were going hard. But I think when it turned is someone got out a VHS tape. And any of you guys that are about 23 or younger may have to Google that. Potter, go. But and put on a little dance song called the
Cha-Cha Slide.
Cha-Cha Slide. You guys can Google that too. Of course, Jess got up. She starts dancing and asked, "Hey, someone come dance with me." She does it, and that's why Michaela does it. And all my friends, of course, were losers and scared, and I very smoothly got up in there and did the Cha-Cha
AJ
Slide.
from the Backstreet Boys.
And of course, I wasn't nervous because I've been a dancer my whole life, being in a boy band, and actually have choreographed some of my own routines. So for me, it was very natural. So anyways, I think I probably made a joke about kissing her or like whatnot, and she said something like, "No, you have a buddy. You have a girlfriend." I was like, "No, I don't have a girlfriend. I've been single for a couple weeks." And bam, the lights went on. She knew it.
It was over for me.
It was over for her. For her. So hung out for the night. I think we actually ended up driving back to her house, hanging out. And the next day I said, "Hey," or that night I said, "Hey, why don't you come meet me for lunch at work? I'd love to hang out with you." So she came and met me. I think I gave her a goodbye hug, very smooth of me, very gentleman
It was like a
of
high
me.
five.
Yeah, I think I gave her a high five. I was like, "All right,
Good
see
to
you
meet
tomorrow lunch." She came. I worked at Best Buy, and myself and a coworker of mine, this will be a recurring theme if you follow along. We went to Applebee's for lunch because what do you do?
Nothing alone. Nothing.
Correct. Because where do you take, a hot date? Applebee's. That's where the
First
ladies want to
date.
go.
Mm-hmm.
So we went, we ordered, and the cool thing was she didn't order a salad. She ordered a double
I don't
cheeseburger
either.
with probably extra bacon and fries. And about halfway through that burger, in my mind, I'm like, I think I'm falling in love with her already. Hang out, good time. I offered to pay for her for lunch. She said no.
I was an independent woman.
Yep, that hasn't changed, except she definitely lets me pay for stuff now.
That's
but she said she had her own money. Cool. And at the end of the date, she said, "Hey, you want to hang out later? Come by and meet my parents and go hang out." Cool. So later that night, it was a Saturday. I showed up with another friend.
Again.
Future father-in-law.
Doesn't do anything
Yeah,
wrong.
future father-in-law. I think said one word and two grunts to me. And my mother-in-law asked 7,000 questions, which makes sense. It's a teenage daughter. She doesn't know me, and this guy is showing up at her house. But I obviously passed
AJ from the boy band.
Yeah, I obviously passed the vibe check. We ended up driving into the city, over the bridge, going to a movie. Had a great time. And then we just kind of hung out. So
That was 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Today.
Yeah, but we're not done yet.
Oh.
So we just kind of hung out. I thought I was telling the story. So we just started hanging out that weekend, and then this funny thing in California we had called Ski Week, which is funny because
It doesn't snow.
there's no snow, but we didn't really have spring break if I remember. So it was
No,
this
we did.
first or second week in February we did. Okay, I was homeschooled. I always had every week was a week
Every
off.
week was a ski week for me.
It was this extra week in February. It happened to coincide with that fall weekend. So we just kind of hung out. I don't know all we did. Probably went bowling. Probably went ate in and out. Probably just hung out. So then it comes up to the weekend. She goes back to school. I kind of go back to whatever I'm doing. And I think we were still talking, but, we paged each other. There were no cell phones at that time. Or called. And then we're coming up to Valentine's Day. So what happened is my best bud, who actually had the New Year's Eve party his girlfriend at the time was best friends with my ex-girlfriend. Not my ex, I just got one previous. And, or previous. I don't know. I had all the ladies. I was in a boy band. What did you expect?
Right, AJ.
She was a very nice lady, the ex-girlfriend. She's very nice. And so my buddy said, "Hey, we're going to do Valentine's Day. I'm going to cook dinner. Why don't you come to the house? We can hang out with the girls." So we did have a nice dinner. I remember having a good night, catching up. We talked here and there. I don't know if we ever get back together, but just didn't seem to hit. And then a couple nights later after Valentine's Day, we're sitting in and out. It's myself, this one. I don't know who else was with us. And I was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I had, Valentine's dinner with my ex-girlfriend, just want to give you a heads up." Because we weren't dating or anything. We were just hanging out a lot. And she said something like, "So, you gonna get back with her? You gonna keep hanging out with her?" And I was like, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. What do you think? And she's like, "I think you should not talk to her anymore. And you should just, now you're mine."
Basically.
And I was like, "So we're dating? Like, it's just me and you?" And you're like, "Yep." And I was like, "All right, this sounds cool." So here we are, 20 years later. Who would have thunked it? What do you think?
Not me.
But, so
we're here.
We're here now. We're making the best of it. But I think we had some good times. We ended up moving up to Sacramento. I'll keep this brief. Jess went to Sac State there, so we lived there for about 3 years. It was about an hour and a half north of San Francisco. Then we moved out to California after deciding we couldn't afford a house.
Moved out of California.
Moved out of California, out here to North Carolina in 2007. I finished my bachelor's degree.
You missed something.
What?
We got married.
We did get married, I forgot, 2005.
Then
left California. I finished my bachelor's degree out here.
We had a little nugget.
Yeah, we had a little nugget, 2011. And now I'm trying to wrap up this Beers with Barton for my 115 subscribers so I can get some homemade pizza and drink a beer for my fat bootay. So that's the story, 20 years. And we're actually going to enjoy one of those great beers that we got up in Boone this weekend. So 20 years, which is crazy to think about. This is our second house out here in North Carolina. I think Jessica's only on her second job. Well, technically her third, if you count CMS. So she started at the school district, got me a job there, then she moved on to the community college, and now has been at the university.
For a very long time.
And I started at the school system, moved over to Belk, which is like a retail store, then Lowe's Home Improvement, and now I'm at Moody. So I think we've done good for ourselves. Built quite the life. We lost our beloved Chandler, who was our first dog together. We got in Sacramento. He lived to be 14. It's been almost 4 years since he's been gone.
And then we got that guy.
And as you guys know, we now have the terrorist, who we do not negotiate with, who's staring at us right now, but we love him. We've had him for almost 4 years, and he's great. So, hey, 20 years to us. Congratulations to you for actually holding on to me, because I've had a lot of options.
AJ.
A lot of options in this last 20 years.
This is all mine.
Yeah,
Oh my.
so you're pretty lucky. So cheers to you. Cheers to 20 years. I wouldn't want any different. Love you.
Ooh,
Ooh, she
it's
did
good.
pretty good.
But
I'll give you a little bit of kickback. This is Boonshine Brewing, a New England style IPA. It's actually got a little bit of bitterness to it. It's a 6.5. And like I said, this was at Boonshine.
But drinks like a 20, man, for 20 years.
The 10.5, it drinks like a 2.00. 2.0.0.
2.0.
Anyways, let's wrap this up. Seriously, 20 years, who would have known? I'll celebrate 40 years of life this year. I told Michaela on the way home from school that it was 20 years today, and she was like, wow, you guys are old. So I threatened her. And then after that, I said, just think, double your age is how long your mother and I have been together. And she was like, that's a long time.
That is a long time.
But poor Jess has been with me for more than double her life. I'm actually me too now. For a while, the joke was because of her age that she'd spent, by the time she was 32, she'd spent half of her life with me. Think about that. You guys do the math. And poor thing, I felt bad for her. I had to get to like 57.
Now he's almost at that.
No, I am. I think it was 38. It was last year.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's been 20 years.
I
Do
know.
math. Anyways, cheers.
Do more math.
Cheers to us. Love you, sweetie. To another 20.
Now I need a cookie.
Oh, I love her. All right, guys. Hopefully we didn't bore you too much. Enjoy our quick story. 20 years to another 20. Till next time.
Toulou.
Deuces.